really thinking about it from the acquisition phase of the bow tie. How do we drive that consensus? How do we actually know what stakeholders that we've talked to over all of those years of past calls? Think about in the past world where I'd have to go through my notes, go on LinkedIn, go watch call recordings, and just try to put this huge puzzle together. Because Ava's listening in and she's trained to do this, she's now going to tell us what stakeholders we have engaged with, which stakeholders we need to engage with based off her listening in on those transcripts, hearing any of those stakeholder names that maybe we haven't had on a call. And she's going to break out a rich profile that we could never do as a human ourselves, even if we spent a full week trying to build this out. So Ava's going to naturally understand what's their role, what's their sentiment, what are the pain points and goals that they're trying to challenge, who do they report to, and also provide us with several different graphics and visuals to help us understand who reports to who do we need to check off the list, and what does actually not getting one of these buyers aligned and getting them won over, how does that impact our deal process? Because we know who are those key stakeholders we have to check off before we get to the next stage, and what are those specific risks that are actually floating up tied to each of these, just to ensure that when we get to the end of the sales cycle, get into those forecast calls, we know exactly who we need to go reach out to, how we need to close this deal, and nothing gets lost and slipped through the cracks that may never make it within CRM. And so all of this is super critical for the initial acquisition, but you think about getting already to the end of the deal. How do we set them up for a successful implementation? We're not waiting to the end of the deal to get out the template and start populating this with all the notes and things that we've forgotten from calls that we had months ago. Ava is once again already building out this post-sales handoff document, even from those first initial calls, where she's helping the post-sales team understand the sales engagement summary, who we talk to, who are those key contacts that we've identified that are going to be critical for implementation. She's also going to understand what is the implementation timeline and plan. We've actually trained her on how we go live. She's listening in on the transcripts and giving us something that we can present back to the client live on a call, helping them understand here's the process, here's the key milestones, as well as the key challenges that came up on the initial sales call that often never makes it into those deal handoff templates. So now we're able to see, hey, what are the challenges and goals they're trying to solve with our product? What are the use cases that are top of mind that we need to roll it out in a phased approach? And then what are the actual gaps and feature requests that came up related to any of our product offerings? And is this a deal breaker or is this just a nice to have? These are the things that constantly cause go lives to blow up. It causes churn. And it's just so hard to capture this because we don't have Ava sitting there listening in and reading on every single engagement. So all of this helps us set them up for additional renewal and expansion. All of this context will remain within this space as we continue to drive more opportunities. And this is what allows us to just really transform our selling motion, where I can now give white glove service to all of my deals, just like I would if I was an enterprise or a strat rep. Ava's doing all of the manual work for me. I've got more time to now get in front of customers. I'm able to ramp up. I'm able to jump to that next level for my career. And this allows everyone else on my team to have the same consistent messaging, as well as just the same overall process instilled so that we're all on the same page.